Aries, welcome to your weekly Sidereal forecast from May 25th through the 31st. My name is Athen. So we have a very interesting week, to say the least. Lots of conjunctions here in your second house, which will be squaring up to Neptune for most of the week starting on Monday. So that's going to be the highlight. I want to talk about this briefly, and then I'll go through all the aspects of the week. Basically, early on, starting on Monday and Tuesday, Mars will square up to Neptune. Then Tuesday and Wednesday, Mercury squares up to Neptune. And then over the weekend, the Sun will be squaring up to Neptune. So the key here is that there's been perhaps a lot of motivation, a lot of drive, a lot of ambition in things relating to the material side of life with your ruler Mars here in the second house. Material side of life is everything that might be financial, might be your simple enjoyments, your values. This can be your natural gifts and abilities as well with the second house. So anything in that material side of things, I think it's been really good for you to put that energy into it. And your drive and goals and ambitions, things like this. And it still is this week, because we are entering the week in the third quarter phase, all the way up into the gibbous phase, which is a very energetic time. Now, the key of this week in particular is that with all of this energy here squaring up to Neptune, it's very important that we have patience, we have presence, we have compassion, we have observation of the now moment. That's what Neptune shows us, is that there's things larger than ourselves at work here. There's a divine process, and it's very important that we flow with that and go with the tides, go with the stream here. So that's certainly on the table this week, especially the early part for those of you who are for you Aries, actually, because it's your ruler Mars here. So keep that in mind. But throughout the week, especially with Mercury too, how you're thinking, and what you're involved with on the day-to-day level, which is of course Mercury, the ruler of your sixth house, is very important. We trust, we let go, we surrender, we have that presence in what we're involved with. And if we do, then it can be very, very constructive, actually, because the square energy is a very constructive energy of getting things done. But in this way, it's almost getting things done by trusting your intuition and, again, flowing with the whole process. So very important there. Monday and Tuesday, Venus squares up to up to Uranus here in your 12th house. So here, Monday and Tuesday in particular with Venus, I think you guys have been, at least had the opportunity to enjoy communicating and just learning from maybe your peers, your friends, things of this nature, just your relationships with Venus in Gemini, and perhaps learning quite a bit too about the things you value and enjoy in life as well, with Venus ruling your second house, because this is a very well placed position for Venus at the bottom of the chart and in a friendly sign of Gemini. So I think perhaps things have been flowing there, at least could be, and pleasurable, especially with the Geminian side of things of learning and communicating and things of that nature in a very lighthearted sort of way. So with that being said, that's going to continue to be the emphasis this week. But on Monday and Tuesday with the square up to Uranus, just try not to make any sudden rash things that you say, or decisions or choices, or things especially relating to either values and relationships. There might be some things that you'll need to change or free up, rather. There's been a lot of this freeing energy in your 12th house since March, which is with the whole eclipse energy, the whole squaring up to Uranus and Pluto. So I think you guys have come to a new level of freedom and a new level of spiritual freedom, spiritual awareness. So bring that, what you've learned, into that, involving both the relationships and value side of things early on in the week. And I think you'll find that very constructive. Again, just all squares are very constructive energies when we're willing to, in this sense, free up both the relationship and value and material side of things in a grounded way. Now, Tuesday and Wednesday, Mercury goes over Mars. So this is the second time this has happened, because Mercury did this when he was direct. So now retrograde, we're learning more things about, in this sense for you Aries, who you are, what your goals are, what your ambitions are, what you're doing, especially relating to these material things. So the key here with Mercury retrograde, as always, is to treat it as a learning process, a learning experience. And then the conjunction up to your ruler is learn about your own actions, learn about what initiates, your drive, your ambitions, that vital chi energy that gets you moving and working towards, your goals. So that's going to be very important that we reflect on this and redo it. And again, just like I've been saying before, with Mercury retrograde, it's important that we do put in the energy And in this sense, just treat everything involving your actions, your drives, in specifically the area of the material side of things as a learning process. And you'll find that very supportive as well. Now, Wednesday and Thursday, Venus will be trining up to Chiron. So there is some support coming in from the groups and friends and things of this nature, your ideals. I think you'll find that very healing also. And I think that's a trine, supportive element that I think will just come naturally. So Wednesday and Thursday, I think there might be something feeling quite healed about, maybe these 11th house matters that you're learning to trust and go with the flow with here with Neptune. But Neptune is going to continue to make his square aspects all the way from Wednesday through Saturday. So the second half of the week, Neptune will be squaring up to that Mercury. Again, this is your guys' mind. It's how you think, and it's also your day-to-day activity. So flow, trust, surrender. I can't emphasize it enough, but this has more to do with your thought patterns, how you're thinking about things, and what you're actually doing on that day-to-day level, you see. And if you do, like I said, it can be very flowing. You can find the flow, and that flow can be very, very constructive. Now, over the weekend, we've got the Sun conjuncting up to this Mercury retrograde. So normally, when Mercury goes over the Sun, it is a combust energy, but retrograde, it doesn't count because in this sense, Mercury is in front of the Sun. So here, the energy is very similar in the sense that we're learning and perhaps redoing some things, but in this sense, relating to your self-expression. So over the weekend, things relating to your passion and things like this, again, treat it as a learning process. Think about those things as well. And what really inspires you and what really motivates you about the simple life, the material pleasures, maybe whether it's the financial or maybe if it's just the gratefulness of what you have in your life and the things that you value in your life. So thinking about those things and reflecting on them, I think will be very good, especially in terms of how you're passionate about them, how you express them, how you put them into the world. And all of this is very supportive, actually, because this conjunction is going to be trining up to the North Node over the weekend, which has been supporting you towards your self-improvement and your health all year, and will continue for most of this year as well. So I think it's a great weekend for everything relating to self-improvement, helping others improve, and your health and diet. And I think you'll find all of that, as well as this conjunction between the Sun and Mercury, very supportive. And like I said, over the weekend as well, the Sun will be squaring up to Neptune. So trusting, flowing, again, emphasized, especially relating to your self-expression. So all in all, lots of this activity here in your second house, lots of the importance of bringing in this Neptunian energy into the second house. You do have some, early in the week, some freeing up with the relationships and values, and then even some support, though, coming in from Chiron, supporting and perhaps healing some of the relationships and values and things in your life as well. So all in all, I really recommend focusing here, learning about the material side of things, again, flowing, and then towards the weekend, putting in that North Node energy, which is very supportive for you all year towards self-improvement. This can be developing craft skills, abilities. It could be your diet. It could be the routine, the regiment, waking up early, things of this nature, which is all supporting all of this energy that you're involved with here in that second house. So Aries, I hope you guys have a nice week. If you're new to this form of astrology, do check out masteringthezodiac.com. You can click the link down below, or if you'd like a personal session, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.